VigilanteWilliamson here on the second episode of the Clueless Anti-Football Pussies. Yes, I said it. We're down a pussy, apparently. I don't like, no, I came up with this. John Gruden came up with it. And I'm not calling myself a pussy. That's the name of the show. We're not pussies. You're not a pussy. We like pussy, but we're not. And I've screwed up any chance I had on monetization the first minute. So maybe I'll just censor it next time. But hey, I appreciate anyone who's watching this live or on the playback. Nas is here. We're gonna talk a little football. Hopefully Matt can join us. He does have the link. But hey, if you can't join us all the time, that's fine. We'll still do it. I didn't realize. I should have thought, but man, we're competing with Flavor Flav, aka Nick Weiser. He's doing an Expendables. Toxic Tuesday right now, and I can imagine that's going to have at least a lot of people turning out. Nick has done such Toxic Tuesday, not 100 episodes. I'm looking at it. Shout out to Nick, man. I think a couple years ago, a lot of us. Are you not a wrench on this channel? I thought I gave you the wrench ability. Either way, my partner in football pussying has arrived. How you doing, man?
I am well, and I am a pussy.
Okay.
I am. I'll completely admit it, freely, clearly. How's it going, my friend?
It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. I guess everybody can be a pussy about some things, right?
There's a podcast, or it's kind of like a more of a feature, or what do they call that? I can't think of it. Not like a skit, but like a piece of Kyle Dunnigan's show. Where they have, it's just called Pussies, and it's like men who appreciate women, but like they're like basically like male feminists, but like they do a show like for women, and they call them pussies.
I see.
So, and I think they do call themselves pussies, but it's a joke. I am in fact a true to life pussy right here.
Yeah.
I
didn't even see you in the back. Yeah, he's a Jets fan. I'm a Lions fan, so I mean. Lots of suffering, lots of not winning.
I mean, I spent several $100s to go watch the Jets lose in Dallas this weekend.
Oh, yeah. How was that? Going to, the big Cowboy Stadium, Jerry World.
It was incredible.
Jets. Yeah.
I mean, the stadium is spectacular. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that the Jets didn't do much, it would have been like a great fucking day.
Yeah.
I mean, the stadium itself is beautiful. It's like the Coliseum.
Really? I mean, that's what everyone says, and I want to see something there,
dude. You should go just to experience it. First of all, from the outside, it just looks like a big football stadium. When you open the door, it's air conditioned.
Oh wow, that's a huge thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go in there and it's climate controlled, and there's 100,000 people inside this climate controlled building. Like. It's nuts. It's loud. It's all Cowboys, everything. And then you just take like a few steps, and all of a sudden you see the field. It's right down there. Bars everywhere. It is a circus. Oh, wow. It is amazing.
Wow. I do want to go. Now that I'm in Texas, I do need to make the trip up there and go to do something. Either see a Dallas game. I haven't checked the schedule to see if they play Detroit. Maybe do that. But real quick, shout out to the chat. Jake Diesel. Good to see you here, and good to see our favorite Croatian, because he's the only Croatian we know, so therefore he has to be our favorite. Cincha Dildo. And a few other people must be watching because it shows 4 or 5. We appreciate anyone watching this live or on the playback. So that's cool that you have fun at the game. Did you have fun?
I did have fun. It's funny too, because the Cowboys fans were really cool. Like, mostly it's just like fun, like busting balls. Like nobody was like really violent or anything like that. It was just fun. The only guy who was a real pain in the ass was this guy sitting directly behind me.
Oh man!
Just the whole time, John, I had a Pennington jersey on. He's like, you see that, Mr. Pennington? Oh, real
That's
prick.
Old school jersey. Chad Pennington,
Chad Pennington. And he was actually from Long Island, ironically enough. So he was just taking it out on me the whole game.
Yeah.
He was the only asshole. Like, after the Jets lost, we went outside, and it's dope because there's actually like a party going on outside after the game.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Yeah, there's like this turf area and all these different bars. You can still buy drinks and just like live it up.
Man.
And like the worst thing anyone did to me was like tap me on my shoulder, and I looked, and he was at the other way. That was it. Like that was the most harassment I faced. The
Oh
Cowboys
man.
fans were very cool. Yeah,
I think part of it is like you're not the like if that was Giants Cowboys, it might be a little bit different because it's a like divisional rivalry. The Jets
probably,
Cowboys is not like a real rivalry, right?
probably the Eagles.
And the Eagles, yeah, Eagles,
Yeah.
Redskins, the Cowboys, especially
Yeah.
Eagles. That'd probably been a problem.
I went to an Eagles Cowboys game in Philadelphia
Oh man.
as a Cowboys fan. Now, I'm
man.
not. Obviously, I'm a Jets fan, but the Jets always suck, so I got to find other teams to root for. And a good buddy of mine growing up is a Cowboys fan. So we went to the Lincoln Financial Field, and my buddy's like bringing jerseys and, you know, to wear, you know, to rep. And then we get, and like, we just hear like 4,000 people just being like, asshole, just because someone was wearing a Dallas jersey.
Oh man.
And he goes, should we put him on? And I'm like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, let's have fun with it. So I'm like leaning into like the villainness of it, you know. I'm having fun. And then so we get into the stadium, and there's this long escalator, right? That goes up from like, you know, between floors. But it's only one person wide. Okay. So I get on it, and I just slide the coat that I have off, and it just has got like Troy Aikman on the back.
Oh man.
You look down, you see like 6,000 like Eagles fans, dude. So I'm like having fun, you know, like I like that. I like that kind of sports banter. Well, what I didn't know, what my friend didn't tell me, is that our tickets weren't together.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm up in the fucking bleachers, like in the top of the stadium with these animals.
Oh, so you're with the
psychos. And I'm wearing an Aikman jersey in their house, and I'm solo. I didn't know it was be solo.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's different.
Little aside to that, after like a whole bunch of shit, I had like my jacket zipped up because I was like, I don't need this fucking smoke. And this giant black dude walks into the bathroom, and I was like, oh shit, Cowboys. And he goes, yeah, why aren't you wearing your jersey? And I'm like, well, they treat me different than they treat you. I'm an easy target. So anyway, so I'm up in the bleachers with these
You're not a small dude, though. You're not a small
I'm not
dude.
a small dude, but I'm also not like dangerous looking.
Yeah, you're
you
not.
know,
you kind of, you know
what I mean?
Safe.
Like,
yeah.
And I'm not huge. I'm like taller than normal, but I'm not a
You'd
giant
had the
guy.
mohawk though, maybe
mohawk
beard, Matt. Maybe
add 40 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd be like, all right, this guy probably shouldn't fuck with him. But I mean, you know, in that context where they have their whole crew, I'm not a problem. I'm not scary, you know?
Yeah. Sports, man, that sports shit can get wild, man. I saw like a clip. This is going back home, Michigan, Ohio State. I think it was from last year. The one Michigan fan at Ohio State. And it was after the game, after Michigan had won. Boy, did those fans, they were really fucking hostile. Like wildly hostile. Like, oh my God, they might swing on him.
I didn't know fandom got like this, right? So I'm up there and I'm just like, my jacket is zipped up. And I'm just casually talking because this woman, like, who sat me, she's like, what are you fucking doing? Like, zip my coat up. You know what I mean? She was like trying to protect me. And so I'm just talking with this dude. And then, like, you know, he's like sociable and nice. And then, like, some other guy, like, you know, maybe 3-4 seats down, he's like, is that guy wearing a Dallas jersey? And then all of a sudden, this whole section just lights up, right? And the guy next to me freezes me out. Like, I wasn't even fucking there. And I was just like, oh, shit, this is getting bad. Yeah. So they start getting real hostile. I'm wearing a hat. They take it, throw it off the top stadium. Hat's gone.
Oh,
hat's just fucking. Now I'm like at war with this whole fucking stadium. And so then they call security up, right? And the security's coming to get me. And then I'm like, these guys, every single person here is harassing me. I haven't done a goddamn thing. Like, I just sat down here and they're all harassing me. And the guy goes, fuck. And I was like, fuck you. And she's like, all right, you're out. And I was just like, what the fuck? Yeah. It was like that. So now I'm being escorted out by security. 2 full sections of Eagles fans. Asshole. Right. Okay, so the security guard is right ahead of me. She turns the corner. I look around. They all go, and I go, ah! Double birds, because now it's over.
Jeez.
So I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm my friends are here. Like, I'm getting thrown out of this game. Like, they were harassing me. They were like, calling me names. I wasn't doing anything. She's like, all right, here's what you do. You go to the ticket counter, see if you can exchange your ticket for another ticket, zip your code up, and don't cause any more problems. I was like, yes, ma'am. Okay, 100% will do that. Go get the tickets. Dude, not kidding you. These tickets were 25 rows back from the 50-yard line.
Oh, wow.
Bro, best tickets I've ever had in my entire fucking life. These guys just kicked me out into like first class.
Oh, shit. Well, it worked out.
Okay.
Football God smiled upon thee.
Yeah. I texted my friend. He's like, what's going on? Where are you at? I was like, yo, dude, come down to my section. So now we're sitting on the sideline of this Eagles-Cowboys game. And at this point, the Eagles sucked. The Cowboys are great. They fucking mopped the floor with the Eagles. It's not even a game. This was the Terrell Owens year. So Terrell Owens had gone from the Eagles to the Cowboys.
Shit. Yeah. So this is real heat.
Oh, this is serious. And so it's like, now the three of us are there. So now at least I have like a squad. You know what I mean? It's not just like myself, like, please don't kill me. But bro, it got so violent. Like the crowd got so aggressive with us that at one point, literally, we had 3 security guards like standing around us because I think they thought we were like, wealthy or something because we could afford these tickets. So they can't have like some fucking millionaire's kid getting stabbed. At Linden Financial. Yeah. So like, actually, that just dawned on me now. That's probably the only reason they had any security for us was because they thought we were wealthy.
The ticket guy who saved your life, maybe.
Yo, I know. It was wild. Shit. So I got to thank you to the Eagles fans. Thank you to all you scumbag, low-life Eagles fans for kicking me out and giving me the best seats I've ever had in my entire life. Fucking go Birds, jerk offs.
Yeah. You say all this since your dildo, but 2 things. One, Cowboys thing. I'm pretty sure you've had some soccer hooliganism in your past, football hooliganism in your past. 2, man, some fights happen at these fucking games. Fights happen. I remember that guy. It was a baseball game. I want to say it was the Dodgers and the Giants. Somebody died. Didn't somebody die back in the day at one of these fucking games?
There was one. I know it was Giants Dodgers. I think.
Yeah. And
some guy just picked up another dude and just slammed him on his head.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. I think we're thinking of the same thing. So yeah, I mean, shit happens at these fucking games about this sports ball shit.
The Eagles Stadium. If you think I'm making this up, Sencha Dildo, you think I'm just talking nonsense. I'm just some soft Western pussy. Yeah. Look at this. This is a fact.
There's a jail in the Eagles Stadium.
Jail.
Wow.
That's how violent these games are. That's how much savages these fans are. They need to have a jail in the stadium to process all the fights.
Yeah. And apparently they had the jail at the old stadium too, the Veterans Field, which was kind of known to be a shithole, if I remember correctly. Because this is one of those old stadiums.
Because it's in Philadelphia, and things that happen in Philadelphia trend towards shit.
They trend towards violence.
Yeah.
They definitely trend towards violence. And then you got to remember those old ass stadiums, man. They just built them in the 60s, 70s, just like never took care of shit, and shit would just fall apart.
Oh, yeah. It was a whole different era, whole different vibe. It was like the Coliseum.
Yeah, like literally, like it was made from the same shit. Ninja, please. He said, I don't think you're making stuff. However, I do think you're a pussy. Well, it is in the title.
On brand. Yeah. Clueless and football pussies. It's perfect.
There you go. Huh. There you go. That sounds kind of frightening. I don't want to,
Got the hat back too.
You did get the hat back?
I did. When I was walking down with the security guard, I looked over and I saw it. And I was like, "Hey, that's my hat. That's my hat." He had like a cone. I guess he saw it fly over the top of the stadium.
Yeah.
And he threw it up to me.
Awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
That's right.
It worked out. Man, sport. This is, as much as I love sports ball, this is what I don't. It's like, man, I don't care that much. I love the Lions, but I'm not willing to get into a fight over them.
That's insane.
Over any team.
No, I was telling all the Cowboys fans. I was telling my experience, my harrowing journey, my my hero's journey
There you
into
go.
Hades and out.
Yeah.
But I was telling him, I was like, dude, that's how it is over there. Like, you guys don't understand. Like, you guys are cool. They are not. You know what I mean? Like, granted, this isn't a divisional game, and they were like,
Yeah.
they were like, holy shit, seriously? I was like, yeah.
And Cowboys is kind of a Yankees-esque crowd to, they're like, okay, even though they suck repeatedly year after year, they don't have that same like animosity because like, we still got 3 old Super Bowls and we still, we're a high profile team. I don't think they have that same like a Redskins fan or a Philadelphia fan or like this edge.
Right. No, they don't. It's much more comfortable. They're like the one thing that because like after the Jets lost, like they were talking shit. Like, and most of it I just took. I laughed. I didn't, but some of them were kind of dicks about it. So I was just like, yeah, take it all the way to the first round, guys. All the way to the first round.
Right? Because they do have to get out the first round this decade or this century. I don't know if they have.
Nah, I think they've only won one game, one playoff game since like that run.
Oh man, and it probably was with Terrell Owens, more than likely.
No, I think it was more recent than that. And it was just like a wild card round or just like a divisional round. They have not progressed since then.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool to have that just in the back pocket because I am kind of a Cowboys fan, so I know this.
Okay. Yeah. So it must have been the Dak Zeke years. In fact, now that I think about it, probably was that first year when they went like 13 and something.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
See, guys, this is a very professional show.
Obviously.
January. Oh, I guess they won last year.
Oh, look at that. Shut up.
Against the Bucks. Oh,
wow.
Why do I not remember that?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think one of the themes of the show is the fact that we have not watched football regularly in a few years, neither one of us. So some of the recent history is going to be the stuff we know the least.
They've won 4 times since 2000.
Still not a lot.
That's nothing. I bet the Jets have won more than that.
Yeah, I think you guys have. You guys made 2 fucking AFC championship runs.
Yeah.
Lions have not won. This year I want a playoff win. That's all I want for Christmas is a playoff win for the Lions. Just 6
times.
6 times. Oh wow. Well, there you go. You're a more successful franchise than the Cowboys. Wasn't on Sunday, but in general.
No, not that day. The only touchdown we had was like from I think like the 30-yard line or something. It just Wilson just broke loose. It's a good play. You know? Just Wilson to Wilson, and he just like broke a tackle, ran the whole thing. It was great. It was very exciting, and it was early in the game, so it still felt like we had a chance, even though I kind of knew we didn't.
Yeah. But I watched some of that game. I was hanging out with Bro Vigilante. We watched football, and he hadn't watched football in a while, so we just all, we were watching Red Zone, and that's like, you ever watch NFL Red Zone?
Sure.
Yeah, it's football crack because it's like so fast. You're seeing so much action, but you can like follow however many games they're playing, 5 games, whatever, all at once. So it is kind of a fun thing.
And shouts out to the NFL this year. I got to be honest, because I talk a lot of shit about their streaming offerings and stuff like that. They have it now. They have a streaming service where you can watch your local games, and I think Red Zone, like for not much, like $8 a month or $10 a month. Yeah.
Oh man, I almost feel bad ripping them off.
Right?
It's not that
you know
bad.
What I mean? Because it's like it's the first time it's been reasonable. Like watch your local games or give us $500 or whatever the Sunday ticket costs. And you're like, well, no. So I guess I'll just, begrudgingly watch the local games or steal them because there's a lot of ways to steal it too.
Yeah. Go online, hit the
VIP box.
Yeah. There's a few methods to get it. But yeah, you know what, man? I had got ticket one time because I was a new customer to DirecTV, and the renewal price was something like that. It was like whatever my bill is plus another like $70 a month or something. Like, what the fuck am I paying all year round? Whatever it was, I had to pay all year round for that 4 months or 5 months. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? So I canceled that shit.
Yeah, like I think YouTube now has the Sunday ticket.
Yeah, they do. They do have it.
So you can get it for $300.
Still,
that is a lot.
It's a lot, man.
Maybe if I went in with like,
but still,
if like me, you, and Jake went in on it,
even
that, $100.
Yeah, right. It doesn't feel right. It's like, man, I like the NFL, but it's like, But you know what? Listen. If somebody's willing to fight somebody over a team, they're willing to pay $300-$400, whatever it takes for that
That's funny,
Sunday
dude.
ticket.
Because we did have fun. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, me and Leslie went up. We had a good time and everything. But I was thinking about it. I'm like, all right. So I drove from Austin, day
Mhm.
of, 3 hours in the car.
Yeah.
Filled the tank, drained most of the tank to get there. Then the tickets were $300, total with fees and all that shit.
Yeah. How
It's
many
like
tickets?
100.
Was
Two,
it?
just two,
It's
just me and
two.
Leslie.
Two. Okay.
2 tickets. So it was about 100 and it was like 120 list, and then with all the fees and everything, it came out to be $290.
They kill
So
with those fucking fees.
oh, it's crazy. You're like, all right, and then I think that also did include a parking pass, but I didn't realize it's not a one size fits all parking pass. I thought it was one size. I thought you pay for the lot, you go park in the lot. Like, what are we doing? No, what I paid for was some far off lot that was literally a mile away from the stadium.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, and we didn't realize that until maybe an hour and a half before the game. We were going to hang out tailgate and then walk in. And I was like, what? Fuck. So the woman's like, yeah, this isn't good. You got to go. And I was like, oh, shit. So we went. And so we found another lot across the street, $70.
Shit.
$70. So now I got to throw another 70. Then, we go into the stadium. We brought some beers or whatever.
Mhm.
Drink them on the way in, toss them, blah, blah, blah. First round of drinks. Me and Leslie both get 2 double tequila sodas, talls, $70 right there.
Oh, fuck.
Next round, 70. You know what I mean? It's
Heck,
like all
season.
told, that day cost me like $500-$600.
Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Christ.
Like Leslie paid for her share, but between the two of us, you know what I mean? Like
Still.
got a hotel, then drove
Yeah.
back, and you kind of like, what? Like I had fun. I don't know if I had $600 fun.
Right? That's a lot. It's a vacation. Well, maybe not anymore. But yeah, they're trying to price people out in Europe. Can't have those unsavory peasants going to games. Yeah, man. $35 for the tequila. Yeah, man.
Well,
You
it
can
was
get a whole
2 doubles.
Two doubles.
So it's like adult, you know what I mean? It's in a stadium.
Yeah.
And it's Herradura because me and my gal are fancy folk,
Yeah.
But still, two doubles. I mean, that's with tip and everything, but still, $70 gone, just for one round.
That's quite a bit. Quite a
Yeah.
bit. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. Man, they are taxing people out here.
But you know what I'm saying? You're thinking about and then I just think about all the money that this game earns. Like it's like, and I'm thinking, okay, everyone in there spent all this money.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in there spending money on food and concessions, and you're just like, this is like a gold mine,
a money printer. It is a literal money printer. There's a reason the players you think, oh man, these players are making so much money. It's like, bro, they pay the players off one game.
I was just gonna say, I feel like we pay for the entire salary of the entire team on one game.
Yes. Like that whole set one game. The other 7 home games are free. Then you get the profit sharing and merch and all this other shit.
And that's not the only event they host at that stadium.
Yeah. Concerts.
Yeah.
Boxing matches or whatever the hell else. WrestleMania, I think it's been there.
Rodeo, probably it's Dallas.
Yeah, a little rodeo. It's Texas. But yeah, man, it's a lot of money. That's the reason those things cost so much.
It's crazy. I was like, I don't know if that was the right call.
Yeah, like, I don't know. But hey, what did the kids? They don't even say this anymore. They used to say YOLO, but now I don't know what they say.
Cedric Diddle asked how much season tickets are. Now that obviously varies, right, depending on the seat.
Yeah,
but in my team's home stadium, they have this thing called PLCs or PSLs, personal seat license, right? Mm-hmm. So in order to even have the privilege to pay the exorbitant amount for NFL season tickets of 2 teams who, like, all due respect, kind of suck.
Yeah.
Like the Giants, like the last time they won was the Brady Super Bowls, which they were incredible games. So the best games I've ever seen in my entire life. Don't get me wrong. But that was kind of a while ago.
Eli's long since retired.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like they put up a show since then. So the PSLs, I think, per seat are $10,000.
Yeah, I was just looking at this Medium article that says they have seating options ranging from 2,000 to 10,000 per seat per season.
And that's
2,000.
where is that? What is that?
It's
The
the
Meadowlands?
I'll pull it up.
Is that New York?
No, this is Dallas. This is
Dallas.
the
Okay.
Cowboys. So saying you went to shit, I'm on the wrong screen. Hold on. Present. Gotta get I'm still a boomer and then I gotta get back to using fucking StreamYard for everything. All right. So looking at the article, right here it says the Cowboys. This is from a couple years ago. When's it from? Oh, it says June 8th, so maybe it's more recent.
Right.
But it says Cowboys season ticket packages, including various seating options, range from 2,000 to 10,000 per seat per season. And then the stadium has numerous amenities, lounges, and all the other upscale shit because they have those like boxes if you want to be really baller. Which I don't know. I guess does it have all? No, just the Raiders and then the Rams. So the Raiders, which they're new to Vegas, 1,400, 7,500. So I mean,
I'm looking at the Giants. Okay, so the
yeah,
cheapest season ticket you can get is $950.
okay,
That's not terrible. And the
It's 8
PSL is 1,000. So it's basically like $2,000 for the
games,
year.
$2,000.
It's only 8 games.
Yeah, it's only 8 games, so I suppose that's $250 a game
For one
something
seat.
like
In the
Shit.
highest level, which, and look, I'll be honest, like I did have fun. I liked watching the game. I really genuinely did.
Yeah.
But let's be real. Football is a television sport.
It really is.
It's
really
almost
is.
more fun to watch it, at home or like at a bar.
Yeah. Because you can see more and then you can get replays. I mean, you got the big Jumbotron, obviously, especially there, that world famous screen, but it's like.
I was trying not to watch it because I'm like, the guys are right there underneath the screen. I could watch this TV anywhere. I'm trying to watch the actual action, but I couldn't like.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's yeah. I remember back in the day when they still had the Palace of Auburn Hills, which is known for, which we just covered yesterday. Ron Artest freaking out, but today we play there. But that building didn't have a bad seat in the house. Like even if you were in the nosebleeds, just the way it was sitting, you felt like you were still right on top of. That was basketball, obviously, but it was. I love that building. You could just see everything, no matter where you were. It was a great. I don't know how they did it. I'm not an architect, but it was okay. But I think part of it is basketball stadiums are smaller, basketball arenas are smaller, fucking massive coliseum. If I'm paying 2,000 plus extra fees, let's say it's 3,000 to be in the nosebleeds of 100,000 seat stadium, I don't think I'm getting my money's worth.
And what if they go fucking 4-12?
Exactly.
Shit, dude, you could do a lot with $2,000.
Yeah, because you buy season tickets based off the last year's run, and you don't know if they're going to be the same team year to year.
And usually there's a waiting list. Like I'm looking at this right now. Wisconsin Green Bay Packers has the longest season ticket waiting list in the NFL and the longest for any sports team on the planet. Given the average wait is at least 30 years.
Yeah,
it's customary for fans to add their children's name to the list at birth.
Yeah, part of that is because they're still a publicly owned team. They don't have an owner, so there's something into the it's almost like some like royalty shit. You got to be born there, basically. Like if you're not in Wisconsin, you're not in Green Bay, you have no chance of ever getting them. And a 30-year wait, it's not worth it, man.
It's really not. Like I guess you just need to like eat, drink, sleep, shit football.
Yeah, that need for worship, man. It's like this is a game. I like it. I'm not. This is
I'm just not
maybe
like
we're
that.
Anti-football pussies, but that worship shit, man.
I mean, I listen to Shane Gillis and the way he talks about Notre Dame.
Yeah,
it not. I don't want to say it borders on worship, but he just like loves them so much, and he can like rattle off facts and history. And I guess he's a football player. Like he did briefly play Division I football, so maybe there's a little bit more of that. But I just can't I can't marry myself to a team. And actually, it's a perfect question for you. I was thinking about this before we went on. So both our teams kind of historically suck.
Yeah.
We're used to that. Is what it is. Do you like I think traditional wisdom says you stick by your team, you
Yeah.
root for them thick and thin. Not just fair weather. What's up, Lukey?
Hey,
You
Luke.
know what I mean? Like when it's good, it's great, but when it's bad, you're still there.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Do you think that's what do you think of that?
Listen, I've been a Lions fan through some tough years myself, and Lions fans in general. Don't you know they were selling out until that year that they went 0-16 at the time.
Really? Yeah.
Like even year because they had a couple years where they came close before that. They were like 2-14, 3-14,
I
still
remember
selling
that.
out most games. And because people just went, you know what I mean? I didn't go because tickets. I don't know what they were priced, but mid 2000s prices, they were still way more than I could afford. But it is. I do. If you're going to call yourself a fan, you do have to kind of root through the good times and the bad. But I do understand. Like I think everyone who roots for a historically bad team, that like you said, the Cowboys, you pick another team. As much as we just talked about Green Bay, I've been a Green Bay fan for some times where it's like back in the Favre days before he was allegedly, and like I say allegedly because I don't want to get sued, stealing from Mississippi. Allegedly. Don't
Right,
sue.
right.
But no, I was like a fan of Brett Favre, and so yeah,
Hey,
you would
the
root
three
for
of you
him.
watching this, don't tell anyone, okay?
Yeah, don't
Keep
tell
that
Brett
under your hat.
Favre.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sued. No, but yeah, you know what? It's tribal urges manifesting through sports team worship. Yeah, sports ball team worship. There is that. Like we have something tribal about us as human beings. There's no doubt about that. And I think sports ball in all its forms, whether it's football, even high school in certain areas. But we're in Texas, and this is supposed to be one of the craziest high school areas. High school,
Yeah.
college, pros, whatever. Obviously, football internationally is huge. There's that. I think you get more fulfillment if they have a good year if you stick it out. But if you want to say, "Hey, I'm not a fan anymore," that's one thing. But if you're going to still be a fan of the sport, I do think if you pick a team, you should rock with them thick or thin.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder, but for what?
It's a good point
Like,
too.
I used to feel like, yeah, like that's honorable, especially being
Yeah,
like the fan of like the Jets and the Mets who
yeah,
think, but when they're great, it's like it's the most exciting time. It's like, I mean, to be honest, like week 1, when I was at the Monday Night Football game and I was watching
yeah,
them, I mean, I lost my fucking mind. Like I was
yeah,
so pumped. Yeah, I was in a room full of Jets fans in Texas. It was great. Like it was so exciting to watch them win.
yeah,
Interception, run it back. Like you lost your shit. And now this week, like,
yeah,
kind of feels like it's going to be the same thing. But also, like, I just, it was always kind of beat into me as a kid to like stick with your team. And it's just kind of like, I don't know, as an adult, you're like, for what? I'm not saying like leave your team, but what am I
mhm,
watching if you're losing?
yeah. I think another thing, man, there was a luster
By the
on
way,
sports.
I'm not advising. Sorry, I just want to make this clear because I saw what Sensational just said. I'm not saying just go with the winner. Just be with. I'm just saying like don't watch or you know what I mean or like
Yeah,
is it who cares? Like it's
that
like
that happened to me
it's
with the Tigers, man. They
it's like
had
I'm
a run.
investing energy and money in something that doesn't have returns.
Yeah, you know what? Now I'm about to hit on a totally different note. Sometimes it's worse when they win and they don't complete it. The
Hmm.
Tigers had Justin Verlander, Matt Scherzer, Prime Miguel Cabrera, and a bunch of other players. And I think they went to 1 or 2 World Series, never won it. And it was heartbreaking. I remember when they traded Scherzer, I was like, man, this run is over.
I remember
Yeah,
that. I remember that it was there was one. Wasn't one year where it was like, oh, the Cardinals beat the Tigers.
Tigers, yes.
And I remember that because I was a Mets fan and I was watching that series and the Mets they lost it. The Cardinals
Yeah.
did not win that. The Mets lost it.
Yeah.
And then like it was just like I don't know, like 4-1 or 4-0 World Series. It was
Mhm.
nothing because the Tigers kind of probably shouldn't even really have been there. Or it was just sort of like, nah, lucky them to be there. I remember that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't see it from your angle. I'm just like, oh, the Mets
Because
suck.
from our angle, it was this team, Tigers had a good run of being shitty. And shout out to the guy because Mike Ilitch, and he's passed since. He's the guy who owns Little Caesars, and his family's own the Tigers. So Little Caesars, connected to the Tigers and I don't know if the Red Wings anymore. I don't think he still
That's
owns them.
interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's like he put a bunch of money into this team. He had put everything together, and we probably weren't better than the Cardinals, but it just felt like we had a lot of talent to not win ever, and to like this was our best chance to win, and we didn't cash it in, and it really like. And around the same time, Calvin Johnson retired. I kind of stopped being a sports fan between those two things. It was just like this is just too much emotion. See, Luke gets it. It's too much emotional investment. You know what I'm saying? For
It
that
is.
letdown.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like the Mets this year had the highest paid team in MLB history.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And they stunk. Like it was over like in June.
Yeah, it sucks.
So it's just like at some point, like I used to. We talked about this a lot. Like I used to really get sports. Like I used to really like it. Like I would watch every Mets game. I mean, every single game. Like I didn't miss one. It was on. I was watching it. You know, even if I was like doing something else, it was on. And like the Jets too. You know, like even late in the season when they still kind of suck, I'm at the bar. I'm still watching them. And I don't know. Now I'm looking back. I'm like, why? It's
and I
time.
think what happened is the other shoe dropped on sports, man. And even this show, even this channel, I'm doing sports, but it's not the same as if I did a channel 5, 10, 20 years ago. Well, 20, I don't know how long. But 10, 15 years ago, if YouTube existed then, I did a channel, I'd be the most excited, hardcore stats and everything. But it's so obvious to me that this is a business. It's so obvious to me that you know what it is? It's funny you say Hollywood. Sports went Hollywood. Sports used to have a kind of a noble community thing. Like if you were a part of a community, the sports teams that go out to the charities and shit, and maybe you see a basketball player somewhere. I met Jules Dumars like twice because he would just be out at like circuses and shit. And you feel like this, you feel like they're a part of the community, that they're a part of something. I can't generate that facade anymore. That it's just a part of the entertainment business. It's fun.
No,
I think sports went Hollywood.
And I almost feel like I'm getting scammed.
Yeah, that too, man.
You know, like I was talking about how much money we gave to like, you know, to the Dallas organization this weekend. And you're like, I mean, it was fun. But me and Leslie could have had a lot of fun for $600.
Right? Yeah.
You know, we could have gone to Corsicana for the weekend and fucking, you know, had 5-star dinners and shit. Would have been fun too.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, do you really value sports that much? I mean, some people, you know, do the same with concert tickets. Taylor Swift or Beyonce concert ticket it can be very expensive, but people will pay it just to see their favorite artist. You know what I mean?
There are certain experiences that I've had that are memorable that I value my investment financially. You know what I mean? Like a concert is a good example, I think. Yeah, I think like you see it. Yeah, because also like they're not gonna like lose their voice halfway through, and you're just hoping that they finish the concert.
That's true. That's true. Let's Milli Vanilli.
Like, let's go, Taylor. You can do it. You can finish this show. You know, like there's no net bad outcome for the most part.
True.
So it's like you are, and you know, like I've had great moments at comedy shows that I remember. Like I can still vividly remember. I'll spend a lot of money on dinner because I like great meals. I can remember what the fucking, you know, what the food looked like, the wine name that we drank and shit. Like I can remember that because it's like it has an impression on me. And I remember, I think pretty much every sports game I've ever been to. But like a lot of it, it's like if they don't win, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah. And this is true. There is a monopoly with concerts. I will say this. I went to a UFC event in Houston last year. I don't know why my sister did it. She bought the tickets because she's a big baller, and they were expensive tickets, and they were floor seats, and they were about like a rack or so a piece, $1,000 a piece. So she was balling out on her family, and I love you, Sister Lanny. I know you're not watching this, but I still love you.
How is that?
I would pay for. I would do it.
Yeah.
I would have came out of pocket and did it. It was. UFC is maybe because I don't have a rooting interest. Yeah, I wanted Stylebender to win, and it was just
different.
It's different, especially you're right there and just seeing seeing the violence up close, it was a Derek Lewis, was it Chewy, and they were just slugging each other. And seeing these big motherfuckers hit each other with all the fuck they had right there's something like, okay, I'll remember that forever. I was buzzing. It was a buzz. It was like, oh man, I felt high. I felt like I was high off the energy and
that's cool.
The crowd. It was that was worth it.
That's cool. I've never been to a professional fight. I could see how that'd be super fun.
Yeah.
Did you watch the fight this weekend?
I didn't. I didn't hear about it after.
I watched it because me and Leslie were trying to watch the UT game because she's a Texan, so she roots for the Cowboys, roots for UT, whatever.
Yeah.
And we were trying to watch the game, dude. By the way, we tried to spend the money to watch it and couldn't because it's on this network called Longhorns Network, which isn't available. It's some collaboration with ESPN. It's not available through ESPN Plus. It wasn't available on her local cable that she pays for, and she lives in Austin and can't watch the fucking Longhorns play. I'm like, what? The only thing we could find was to get a Sling subscription for $40 a month to watch. That was the best we could do. We couldn't watch it. But anyway, so she had her ESPN Plus, and then I was like, "Whoa, there is a fight tonight, so let's watch the fight." And I watched that whole card. By far, the best fight was the last one with the girls.
Yeah,
and by far, the biggest robbery of the night was the one with the girls.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
It wasn't decisive, but Shevchenko won that fight.
My brother said it was close, but he said he didn't consider it a robbery. He said it was close. He thought she won, but
he's more the last round 10-8, and it was not that. And it was like Shevchenko decidedly won that fight. I mean, the fourth round alone, I mean, I'll give it up to Grasso, dude. Girl's a fucking savage, bro. Like Shevchenko had a choke. Rear naked choke.
I did see this.
Deep.
Yeah.
And she just resisted it. I was like, that was crazy. That was like superhero shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not getting choked, even though you currently are. I was like, whoa, that's
I don't see how any human can do that. And I've seen that before. It's like, how did you not pass out? Because like once someone's around your neck, like, don't you panic? How did you not panic?
I've been choked.
Yeah.
And you tap immediately.
Yeah, because
I tapped me.
Pass out. Yeah.
I'm no Grasso.
Right.
But it was a war.
Yeah.
It was a fucking classic fight. And it was the card was not bad. Like, I watched a lot of the card. There was like some 18-year-old Mexican kid knocked out another dude.
Oh shit.
Baller as fuck. Yeah. 18.
Yeah.
He kind of looked like, maybe there was some in-womb damage. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's a killer. I'd never say that to his face.
Hell no.
I feel like being in Texas, I'm a little too close to Mexico. He might hear.
Your cartel. Yeah. I mean, the UFC though. Even though I talk shit about Dana, I'm not a big Dana fan. It's hard not to like when you watch an event, even if you don't know everybody, even if you don't know what's going on, bro. The UFC delivers probably the best consistent product in sports.
Overall. And like you said, because it's like, I don't have to be a fan of anyone necessarily to appreciate it. I don't even need to know who they are.
Yeah, you really don't.
Like, I didn't know most of the undercard. Like, there were some guys I recognized, but I didn't know most of the undercard. I haven't been watching UFC.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I didn't really know them, but like, I was still invested because it's like, it's a fight. I want to see it. I want to see how it like unfolds. And they're both out there warring and battling. And like, like the UFC is a spectacular product.
It absolutely is. Shit, going back to the fight we went to, I don't remember the guys. They were like super early prelim guys. In the first round, the one guy was getting fucked up. He fucking stops the guy in the second round. The crowd loses their shit because he was getting fucked up. He was not going to win that fight if he went to the cards, and it didn't go to the cards. And it was just like, that type of shit is exciting. You know what I mean? Who doesn't like cheer when you see that shit?
I saw a fight probably around like 2010 because I wasn't into the UFC yet. I kind of watched it a little bit here and there, but I didn't really watch it. But I remember there was this two fights, and I just remember I don't know their names, but I remember one dude had like long hair, and he looked kind of like dirty. You know what I mean? And he was getting the shit kicked out of him. He was getting the top of his head elbowed so much, and there was just blood all over his face. And I'm like, oh, well, this is done. And that guy came back to win that fight in like spectacular fashion, like you know, like Viking lore type shit, you know?
Yeah.
It was insane. I couldn't believe it when I watched that fight. That was the best thing I mean I'd ever seen in sport. I was just so excited. It was so incredible. I was like, oh wow, this is a lot different. So that's why I followed Pride. No, I've gone back and watched a lot of the clips and stuff. Like a friend of mine back in LA was a huge mixed martial arts and like boxing fan. So he kind of gave me like the cliff notes on like the history of it. And he would show me all the Pride fights, like Dan Fry and all this stuff. And I went back and watched like early UFC shit and like really appreciated a lot of it, you know, and I'll watch those fights on occasion, but no, I didn't watch it at the time. I wasn't into combat sports. I was an artist.
I also did not watch much Pride, but I've like did similar because I'm like even though he's since retired, I was a huge Mark Hunt fan.
Okay.
Maybe because of the body shape. I don't know. You know, fat guys got to unite. But what was cool about Mark Hunt is like his ability to knock somebody out and just walk away. And the way he's apparently it was like this, he got abused as a child, so he never wanted to hurt a guy more. But it looked cocky. It looked like, yep, he's done, and he just walks off. He just plows the guy. He knows the guy's out, and he just walks off. And I just love watching Mark Hunt knock people out. It's like the coolest shit to see. Those walk-off knock. He just hits him, and he just stops, and he just looks like it. He looks like it's nothing, and it makes him look so badass. He did have a chin because he blocked a lot of shots with his face.
That's wild.
Just pure badassness. Yeah. It's 3 minutes. Oh, see what I mean? Like it's no big deal.
Yeah. Oh, he's out.
He doesn't know where he is.
That guy looks scary as fuck too.
Right? It's over. Peace. Catch the shadow realm. Look at this shit.
Bro, that didn't even look all that fast, you know, for a punch. Just looks like an unstoppable force.
Yeah. Shit.
Wait, I didn't even see it.
I didn't see it either. Oh man.
Wow, that is a nasty, right?
He was waving it off like, nah, man. I'm good.
Oh, look how big that guy's punch is.
Oh, this is over.
Wow.
Shit, one of the rare times.
Stop this. Back in the UFC, like early days, man, they let it go.
Yeah.
They let him play.
Golly, yeah, because that, I mean, this is already
that's
over.
on the top of his head, dude. That's on his forehead.
Yeah. He hits hard.
Oh man, he's not looking good.
Man.
That big fella.
Man.
Oh, down he goes, dude.
It's that walk away, man. Just like no big deal.
Is he Samoan? He looks Samoan.
I don't want to get the island one. He may be Tongan. I think he's Samoan. He's from one of those islands.
Okay.
Golly.
That's pretty wild, man.
Check his shit. You get
is that a cowboy? Or not cowboy? Big country.
Yeah, it is. Roy Nelson.
Yeah.
Shout out to the fat on fat crime.
I met him. I talked to him for a little while. He was very cool. Yeah, I talked about beards.
Okay, let me real quick. I want to see where Mark Hunt, his lineage, because I don't want to get that wrong. Don't get that shit wrong. If you get oh no, we're not Samoan. We're this. Okay.
I met him in Rampage the same night. It was at Russell Peters' birthday party.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I was bartending. I was working, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
Samoan. He is Samoan. So
he's Samoan. Yeah. He looks like it, man. Looks like a bowling ball.
Yeah. Those big motherfuckers. Oh man, Mir.
Oh, and knocking out big motherfuckers.
Yeah, golly, look at his head.
His neck.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna sting tomorrow. These guys are huge. He's knocking out. Huge men.
Is that My man, Derek Lewis. Think it
Yeah, I think
was.
so. Oof.
Yeah, man.
It's a big fella.
Big motherfucker. Big
Yeah.
motherfucker. This is what since your dildo wants to play. Hold on, let me get it to the little right format so it's a little more watchable.
Samoans are. Oh, yeah, they are, dude. They are savage.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are, man. All right, let's.
They're great in the NFL too.
Yeah. Shit. I mean that you know what? Not to just bash the league. We should be covering. This game, that game. But man, I really do miss like Troy Polamalu. I miss violent defense. And I know it sounds terrible.
No, I like that too, and I miss a running game.
Yeah, and that's totally gone. Totally gone. All right, let's see what's happening. Krokoff used to kill people.
Ooh.
Shut up.
He just gets back up like that's nothing.
Oh,
he even leaned into it.
Krokoff.
There's no way that's natural.
No, man.
That build,
I don't know
that
if
can't
you've
be
seen
natural.
any of like Krokoff, how he's infamously got kicked in his head himself with a brutal knockout, but he used to basically rip people's head off with his legs.
He looks that's too much muscle.
Right?
That didn't look real. Like that looked like
Hey, I don't have a time machine with a drug test. I mean, that's a whole other can of worms.
And that's Pride. I don't think Pride.
I don't think they did tests. I think that was kind of one of the Pride was kind of like wild. It was like the Wild West.
Well, because I'm pretty sure Dan Fry was also, and he was a big Pride guy.
And Pride, remember Bob Sapp? I don't know if you ever see that guy.
His mustache had muscles,
Yeah. Bob Sapp is another guy who was in Pride. They're like, there's no way this guy's natural. No way in a trillion years. Let me see if I can pull up a picture of prime Bob Sapp.
Who was that wrestler that
Brock?
No, earlier than that, like early UFC days that Dan Fry used
to Ken Shamrock?
No, like that's it, Dan Severn.
Yeah.
That guy was a big, scary motherfucker too.
He was a big dude, yeah.
Those early UFCs are incredible. Like UFC is great, but the early UFCs are like a circus.
Yeah, super. Especially the very first like one or two. We got one like 400-pound dude, the super tall dude, or the guy in the gi giving him fucking elbows. You ever see that shit?
My favorite one is the guy who looks like he's the sensei at like a strip mall kung fu joint. Like he's just this little skinny looking dude, and he's flat foot, and he's just like, and the other dude is like a world champion, like kickboxer, and he's just like, do I have to fuck this guy up, man? I don't. It looked like he didn't even want to hurt him.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was like UFC 1 or 2. It was early on because that was just like all martial artists. It was just like anybody.
Yeah, the first few UFCs had the like storyline of like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. It's like, come find out who's the best. Like they seriously, it was just like there's no rules. Who's the best martial artist? Yeah, you could I think you could kick people to death. There was no rules to it. Apparently they all juiced and Pride. Yakuza didn't give a fuck. I see. But yeah, there was like wild rules.
I'm trying to find that guy. It was like a karate guy or something. It was like he was so ill-equipped to be in this fight. Like he should not have been there. Like I felt bad. Like you're just like, oh man. Like it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
He was, he's just like, oh man, I'm trying to go ahead, sorry.
No, but I mean, he probably just like signed up. You know what I mean? Like with no knowledge of what he was really getting himself into.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I'm a martial artist. Like, no, you're not.
I mean, the art part for sure.
Yeah, but we didn't know that. We were thinking like kung fu and shit is gonna work, and it's like, no, man.
Dude, that was the coolest thing. I love that because it's like if you think about it, right? Like. Every fight you've ever seen that really was a real fight almost always goes to the ground.
Yeah. You always wrestle down to the ground. It always happens whether you want to or not.
Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's just, it always happened. And now, so it's like, then you got this guy fucking, Hoist Gracie with this, this secret weapon. Yeah. This
Brazilian jiu-jitsu, not just regular jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
They've like perfected.
Yeah.
And they're just going to unleash on the world.
which was basically the point. The point was, like, again, come all martial artists. Let me prove that my form of jujitsu is the superior martial art. That was like kind of the point. And this is the elbow thing I'm talking about. I know now it's become the UFC, clueless anti-UFC pussies, I guess.
That's okay.
But this shit, I can't even think of the guy's name. Gary Goodrich. I don't think this fight lasts that long. 122 seconds.
Oh my god.
And then just another thing is they don't have uniform equipment. One guy's just in basketball shorts. Other guy's in a gi. Look at this shit.
Oh,
what are you waiting for, man? Did you think he was gonna wake up after the 50th elbow?
That happened so quick. Can I see that again?
Yeah. Oh, I should have got off. It's
Such a dildo brings up a good point too. Early UFC had crotch grabs and punches legal. I remember there's one dude who won a fight by just punching the dude in the balls like 40 times.
Yeah.
Bro, this is so fast. And what was that move?
He just grabbed him and had him like in a crucifix.
But then he was like, yeah.
I don't know
that guy brought him right down. Is he a jiu-jitsu guy? He's definitely like judo or something.
Oh, he practiced this shit. Look at this.
And look at that. Out on the first one. And
man.
Oof, using his whole body to contort and crunch. Oof, that's rough.
And look at even before. This was the plan.
That guy looks like a wrestler.
Load him up. That's it.
Yeah, he's been through that before. The other guy looks like a wrestler, though, with the way he tried to do that takedown.
Oh, man.
Oof.
One more.
He's not even there. Yeah, look, he tried to one-leg him.
Yeah.
That other guy knew exactly what he was doing. They don't try this in fucking Greco-Roman. Oh, boy. That's rough.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that no more. Yeah.
I love that shit.
I'm surprised that in this crazy world, somebody hasn't tried to bring back the like OG rules of UFC. Because we have slap fighting, Sit Your Dildo. He's based in brain damage. Well, I mean, if he's doing shit like that, I'm sorry to hear that. Hell, Zax. Sit Your Dildo showed me.
What's up, Zax?
What was that shit? Phone booth boxing. You ever see that shit?
No.
Russian shit. Oh, well,
that sounds like a euphemism for sex.
Right?
Yeah, we do a little bit of phone booth boxing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. They were bare knuckle too. So this is just real blood sport shit. This is like some Russian shit.
Dude, and this was the time too. Like this was when, like blood sport was a thing. And when you're a kid, like, oh, who would win? Kung Fu master? Or could Mike Tyson, defeat a Kung Fu master? And they're like, we're gonna find that the fuck out, aren't we?
And hey, Mr. H, I guess, Human Okami, I appreciate you being here, man. His phone booth MMA. I actually have found the clip. Let's get that up. And I don't know how much this shows, but this is I can't remember how long this shit goes.
Is this real?
This is real. This is recent. This is because we got the slap fighting. You've seen that shit where they slap the shit out of each other.
Like the slap fights, like the I've seen that. I don't like that shit. It makes me uncomfortable to watch it.
Yeah, because there's no defense. You're just watching people just let other people hit them.
It's so brutal.
Yeah, this is actually pretty brutal too.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Speaking of slap,
are there different like micro games?
This is a supercut. I didn't know that.
So are there like little different like micro games? Like, do you have to do like a slap thing for one round, or
I don't know how it works,
dude? That is crazy. Why? Why is shit like MMA is not brutal enough?
Because it's Russia, and this is my partner in formerly Culture Crime Fight. This is Matt from Fireball Productions. Yeah. Human Economy's new, and I appreciate you joining, man. We don't get too many noobs.
Yeah, so that's pretty wild.
Yeah, we started off talking football, but it's degenerated into UFC and fucking brutal shit that you see on the internet. There's a bunch of these weird MMA. It's like a car MMA, car wrestling. There's like
man versus car. You ever seen this one?
Oh, go ahead.
This is Italian. I just shared with you. So this is like, this is like soccer, but they all fight. So there's like a team of guys like this. I think this is the shit that the Roman like Legion used to do in their spare
Right?
time. Like
What is?
genuinely,
Yeah, I think they
this is
did like
yeah,
team fighting thing.
and so it's like as like you square up and fight to like move the ball.
Holy
Like
shit!
look at this. This is insane. This is pure
And it's a
insanity.
lot of fuckers on that field,
A
man.
lot of dudes, man. You know how hungry you need to be for violence to do shit like this?
Right?
But that guy, they're already swinging. They're just like, I mean, damn, dude.
Oh shit!
You're gonna lose your fucking
Oh
eye,
shit! This is a massive gang fight that's been sanctioned.
right? Dude, that guy can bang too. Look, he can really throw. Like, those are some great punches, man.
And I don't know, like
Combinations. Look at that. You gotta pick targets. You gotta switch targets. It's crazy, man.
Can you just jump someone?
I guess, yeah. I don't know what the rules are, if there are any.
Oh fuck!
Look, these guys are going to the ground. Isn't this crazy? This is a sport,
man. Isn't this the shit prison guards break up? Like,
I
what
guess
is
there are
this?
refs. I know. There's really look at that dude, man. He is too happy. He's too hungry for this shit. He wants it. Dude, that's crazy. This is a game.
This is crazy. Yeah, they have a score.
Yeah. You just square off and box to move the ball.
Move the ball. That's insane.
Yeah. They all look trained. I mean, they all at least hold their hands right.
Yeah. Roman football. Florentine football. So
Florentine football.
Okay. It's Florentine football.
I just seen like videos on the internet. Look at this. Dude, this is crazy.
Jesus. This is
imagine trying to tell your mom you want to play Florentine football.
Right? Holy shit. How can you be a professional at this?
I don't know. Maybe they have sponsorships. I have no idea.
Yeah. What about weight class? You got my man who's, got some size on him if he gets one of the small ones.
And you have to like let them go if they go to the ground? Like, can you just like
apparently
start kicking
not.
the dude?
He's just on top of him.
There's a lot of grappling going on.
Yeah. There's a lot of confusion too. There's a lot of just like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see the ball even being moved.
No.
Just seems like it's an excuse to just like fight.
Yeah, I think that's all this is. They're doing something, but they don't seem that enthused. They almost wish they were on the front line fighting.
It's bare knuckle. All they have is their wrist tape.
Jesus.
Bro, what's the recovery for this sport? 2 years?
Right?
They have a match like the Olympics, like every 2 years.
Yeah, man, because you're going to get fucked up after one of these games.
Bro, you're going to break your orbital bone and shit.
Break your orbital, break your arm, break your,
Yeah, your knuckles, your fingers.
Yeah, break your fist.
What's your day job?
They should release lines, add more to it, just make it even crazier.
Honestly. I mean, these guys, they look like dangerous people. So, like, what are they doing when they're not here? Like, hits for the mob?
Probably. Oh, it's once a year.
It's once a year. Okay.
Well, that makes it somewhat useful.
And they're just not moving the ball. I don't understand.
It's just guys grappling on the ground. Oh, shit, he's on top, bro. And I just feel like the training is not evenly distributed. Like, there are some guys, like everyone in this building probably could fuck me up, but like some of these guys are more trained than others.
Certainly. Yeah.
And that's like, look, like he's totally fucked.
He's got 60, 70 pounds on the other dude.
Yeah.
So wait, you just fucking like hold him?
Yeah, there's no ground and pound. Does the blue team get the ball now since he's down? What is they seem to know the rules.
Ooh, he got clocked. It looks like a TV event too. Look, there's like production.
Yeah. Got graphics there. There must be sponsors then.
Why doesn't the ball move? I don't understand this game.
I don't get it either. I don't get what the rules are.
And they're talking. They're acting like like they're being wronged or something. I don't understand. Like what the fuck are you doing? What is this? It's like I'm punching the other guy. That's what we're supposed to do.
And I love in this violent sport. He's like throwing in water all feminine, like a painter or some shit. Just whiskey.
Yeah, I feel like this is fucking Thunderdome. Like there's gonna be there's axes and shit like on the wall. You know what I mean? Like, go get the sword.
The football ultras dabble in the sport. Yeah, this is a
What's a football
sport.
ultra?
I'm assuming he means like ultra fan. but he'll correct us, I guess.
Or is that like the
What's
gang
that
that like
thing?
what are those like what was that movie that Frodo was in?
Um,
Green something.
oh shit, I don't even
It
know.
was actually a pretty good movie, but it was about these like football
Hooligans.
fans that just the hooligans. Yeah, Green Street Hooligans. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just love to fight. And they just like they
Yeah.
see the other it's all about like fucking dangerous, right? I'm talking
Yeah.
about, we might get into a fight. Like they go to the game looking for a fight.
Yeah. It's different. They're way more like as much as we talk, man. They're way. I mean, they're throwing piss bombs and shit. At least they were famous
Yeah.
for. I remember those piss
And for
bombs.
such a terrible game, too. I mean,
Right.
what are you getting excited about? This guy's getting carried out on a fucking stretcher.
Oh man,
Holy
getting
shit.
stretched out.
What happened to him? You gonna show us the replay?
I don't know.
This guy pulled out a razor blade and blinded
Wait,
him.
why is my man? One of the referees is dressed like a
Like a
fucking
court jester from the fucking
like a
Renaissance.
Shakespearean character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still don't get the point of this game. Like, is it like battle lines? Like, do you have to move the whole team forward?
I don't know.
Is it like, I really don't see what the rules are here.
It's
So
about
nobody
fighting.
cares about the ball. Is it like Quidditch where it doesn't really matter
Oh
until
shit!
there's
He
one
just
person
tackled my man.
just tackle him?
Gotta keep your head on the
Speaking
swivel.
of Quidditch, as the turf that I am, the trans exclusionary radical feminist, I started playing that Hogwarts game.
Yeah, is it good? Because I didn't play it because of all the hype.
Well, I haven't played it like enough to know whether the game itself is good. Like, there's enough in it that interests me enough. I was like, all right, I'll keep playing this. But as a visually, it's incredible.
Really?
Oh my! It looks like a fucking movie.
Yeah,
dude. And every like environment just unfolds so naturally. There's no like loading screens, and it's so like these massive castles and beautiful like vistas. Like it is, honest to God, it is an incredible looking game.
Yeah, maybe we should look into it. It's probably on sale. The hype from it is I'm like, that made me because it was like either everyone had a political slant. No one like talked about whether the game was good or not. It was just like,
everyone I talked to who played it says it's one of the greatest games, and it was totally worth the $70. That's what I heard.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in like the tutorial phase though. Like I got to go to Hogsmeade and get my wand and shit.
I got to be honest. I am not a big Harry Potter guy. I know everyone loves it.
I was when I was a kid. I read the shit out of those books. Yeah.
I remember when they were coming out, and I knew people that loved them and read the books. And I knew this one girl who was like really into them, even when we were like, because the last one came out, I was in my 20s, and she was still really into it.
I was really into it too. Like when that last one came out, I cried at the last book.
Oh man,
yeah.
I never got into it. It was one of those things that I just missed, and then they kept making them. They kept making them. They kept making books. Kept making movies, and they were like, "Oh man, this is just too much to go back."
Well, from a narrative standpoint, it has the same problem that Wakanda has. Like, it's kind of like, why don't you just run the world then?
Yeah,
because they're like gods.
Mm-hmm.
They can conjure life out of thin air. They can just move things with a spell. They can command you to die. They can command you to like be there's like unforgivable. Like they have so much power.
Yeah. Why are you hiding the shit?
You're expecting me to believe they don't just run everything and all the Muggles live in some sort of dystopian nightmare, which is what it would be. Because you're like, that spell alone is godlike. It's just a one, and you've got a whole book full of them. I guess they keep each other in check because there's good wizards and bad wizards, but
even still,
the course of human nature, just a human history, like they would have at least run the world for a little while.
Yeah, you would imagine. That's why they have the boys to like. Okay, wait. If people had powers like this, come on, man.
Right. Exactly.
Like, even if you started off noble, like somebody's gonna be like, no, we're running things.
I can't. Senator Dillo said he's never read a Harry Potter book. I can't necessarily recommend it. As a kid, I loved it, but I started reading it when I was like in middle school. So
which is that's really what it's oriented for. I mean, I know they say they kind of age with the books, but they're really oriented to like teen young adults. See,
I think it's a pretty good Jesus allegory. I liked it. Yeah.
Now they're running and doing shit. Like, what is this? This is like a prison riot.
It is really wild. This is the craziest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. And then they're throwing the ball like, okay, we're about to do something with the ball. Oh, a header. Wow. So finally some like a actual football move as guys get slammed to the ground.
No, I think he
mounted.
slapped it with his his fist.
I thought he used his head.
No, I don't think so.
I thought it was actually
Got to save that for the fights.
Right? Yeah. Can't be wasting your head on fucking. Oh, shit. He's got knocked down.
Damn, this is the weirdest game I've ever seen. I still can't understand the semblance of how it works.
How do you score?
What do the refs stop and why?
Yeah, what's a penalty? It seems like you can't ground and pound. That's the only thing I can see. Because when guys get mounted, they're not getting their heads blasted in. And the red team's had the ball this entire time.
Whole time, 10 minutes, and it has not moved. They just keep going back and forth with it. Like, I don't get what's happening. There's 0-0, so no one scored.
Wizard dildo. No, that's what they call incels. Wizards. No.
I'm curious. Florentine football, you said?
Yeah. Who it is? Yep, Florentine football.
Oh, they played a game this year? Takes place every year in Florence, Italy.
Yes.
You can get tickets. Okay. Oh, no, it already happened in June.
So we missed it.
I guess
maybe next
it.
year.
Yes.
Maybe next year we'll do a field report from there.
Oh, this is 2023.
Oh, this is a recent one.
Oh, no, this is 7 years ago.
Oh, 2016 then.
Oh, okay. Let's see if there is a new one from this year.
All right.
$7 years ago, 6 years ago, 3 months ago.
Okay.
Guys
already got their shirts off.
This guy's warming up, shadow boxing. He looks fucking kind of fast, dude.
Yeah.
There's a whole ceremony.
We told you we'd cover football. We didn't tell you which kind of football we would
Which
cover.
kind of football. And we are clueless about this one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a big
How
ceremony.
come one side is empty?
Look at this. He's reading from a fucking scroll.
So this is some real.
Yeah, this is
some old shit. This is some shit they've been doing for a while.
Yeah, dressed like they're in the Middle Ages. Is it started?
That must be.
I guess it started. Well, they're just still squaring off. The colors are too similar. I can't.
Yeah, blue and white this time.
Yeah, I guess it's blue and white. Okay.
But I guess white and purple or whatever the hell they have. The pants.
It's just so weird. You cracked him.
Would you sign up for some Florentine football?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I gotta just get into a fight if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So there's 27 kickers and the aim of the game is to allow the two teams to carry the ball to the bottom of the opponent's field and deposit in the net, scoring thus the hunt.
So those guys with the ball are supposed to find a path through this madness to score?
I guess so.
So I get what I'm guessing, because this is an hour-long video, and we're not gonna watch the whole thing, obviously.
No.
But like my guess is the strategy is the first like 20 minutes, guys are getting fucked up. So you need enough guys to get fucked up so there's actually a path that you can play. That's my only guesstimate.
Yeah, like even the rules, it's like there's like a sentence.
I don't think there are any rules. I think this is just like some old tradition, and they got a bunch of like hooligans who just like, I'll fight. They've been doing this for hundreds of years. Cool, I'm down.
Yeah,
people get to dress like they're fucking royal middle-aged princes.
Yeah, a little bit of LARPing involved.
Yeah, some of these guys, and the disparity between skill and like physique. We're seeing a couple like fat guys, and then other guys that are like chiseled out of granite.
Is it raining?
Oh man, this is raining too.
Holy shit!
Let's make this even more dangerous.
Jesus Christ! Bro, I'm just waiting for like musket fire.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Or cannonball
all
fire.
Right. The first quarter is over, which, as you all know, we bring out the musketeers.
Yeah, wait for the lube to come out.
Each side gets 2 muskets, but you also get 4 swords.
Yeah.
Florentine
Florentine tradition.
Okay.
It's wild stuff.
Do you think we could get like a score?
Does anyone score? See, now they're running. See, it's later in. A lot of guys have been laid out.
Oh, this guy's all the way back. Look at this guy over here.
Yeah.
All alone.
Yeah. Of course, it's a black guy.
Big
obviously.
fella, man.
Oh, man. See, what are they arguing about?
I don't know, but they argue quite a bit. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. He just got WWE slammed. Holy shit.
God damn, dude. This is insane.
This is very insane. Jess can't compete with this shit. Come on.
No.
Musket fired as Lombardi in football. Please tell me that's a joke. There's no there's no
It's 2-3. So there's been scoring thus far.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Elbow in the back of the head.
Oh fuck.
I guess that's against the rules. And he's just like, come on, don't do that. There seems to be no penalty for it.
Yeah.
You don't get taken out of the game or anything. He's just like, Ooh.
Fuck. They just swing. They just swing
and then
it
they
out.
keep arguing like, see, like what are they arguing about?
Some people are trying to follow some weird rule set and the rest of them are not.
See, there's so much discussion happening in this game. I'm like, what
is
are
happening?
you discussing?
It oscillates between like brutality, people staring around, and people
and
arguing.
like a big like just kind of misunderstanding or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
look,
the
pass.
ball's yeah.
So was that score?
I don't know.
They're cheering.
They're cheering like it was a score.
They got the thing on him.
It's the most nonsensical thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm assuming, that was a pass. He scored.
And that's it. They just put it there. It's a big net.
Yes.
Yay. Yeah. 2-3.
2-3.
That was a score.
Oh shit!
You feel like you could just do it from. You feel like you could just throw from like the other side,
right? Like
I've seen quarterbacks like just nail like a tire,
right
on the other. So
just have somebody, run through this madness, and I'll just sling
you don't even run all the way through it. Just run up to half field.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, I think there's a penalty if you miss though. So maybe they just don't. They don't want to risk a miss. I think you lose. Like you get points scored against you. I don't know. This is crazy. They're wearing cleats.
Oh shit! They're kicking each other to be wearing fucking cleats. I'm seeing like leg kicks and shit.
God damn, dude.
Look, see?
Yeah, he just kicked him. Yeah,
just kicking the shit out of each other in cleats, playing some weird game no one understands.
Yeah,
wrestling.
Big guy, dude. This does look like Gladiator.
It does. Because it goes with there's some people are getting slammed out of their fucking balls.
And all the ethnicities, like they don't all look white. They don't all look Italian. It's like
everywhere.
Yeah. It's like gladiators. Like they just capture people from all over the world, brought them into fight.
Yeah. They're just down the lions and the swords. So he's trying to just
run.
Oh fuck. Now he's getting jumped.
Also, the ball should be like bright yellow. And look, all the arguing. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" It's like, what are you not supposed to do?
Like, yeah, what can't you do in a sport where you can kick with cleats? Like, what is the?
I don't know. And also, it doesn't seem like there's any penalty if you break the rules. They just yell at you.
Yeah,
they just like scold you for doing it. But there's no cards.
Yeah,
they don't take anyone out of the game. Look, he's just like, "What are you? Come on over here. You see this? They're fighting." It's like I thought. That's why you're here.
There's no organization.
What madness.
But they all seem to be assured, like, oh no, he's doing it wrong. I'm like, what is he doing wrong?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, this is mad
yeah.
shit.
That's wild.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
People shit is torn up. So yeah, I don't know if there's any more. I don't know if you want to still watch.
Go for a scoring run.
Say that. Now they're running. They seem to be.
Just threw it away. He just threw it away.
Oh wait, no, he didn't. Oh wait, is that the score?
I think that went in.
As soon as I said, "Oh, something," now scores happen. They're happy. Guys' lips are
Well,
busting
that
wide open.
crowd is full too. I guess I would go to see it too,
I mean,
right?
how could you not? They should
He
do
just
this
like,
everywhere. Maybe this is just like sanction. Like a fight. Maybe this is closer to like Fight Club than it is anything else. You know what I mean? Like just a bunch of guys, restless, angry, filled with
yeah,
testosterone, and
sure. I mean,
no
certainly
means to
some of
express
that.
it.
But like, see,
So,
this happens a lot where they
yeah,
hold them in place. It's almost like tag you're out,
yeah.
and you just have to like lay there because they're not. I don't see him fighting them off.
Yeah, they're not fighting to get up. Yeah, I didn't see much ground and pound. Like once you're on the ground, it's just like it's over.
It's kind of like, hey, you shot me. No, I didn't. No,
Yeah,
you didn't shoot me. No, you shot. I got you.
yeah,
This is so weird.
yeah,
All right, well, that's Florentine football for you.
yeah, bro. I know we can brawl and not get in trouble. Just say it's our old tradition. We're upholding. We can sell tickets. Maybe this is it, man. Because this, I don't know. He's
Now
real
they're
hype.
making out. Okay,
Yeah, this is
maybe there is something about this we don't understand.
like, is this all like some gay ritual? Like, what's going on? It's a
Yeah,
lot of men laying on top of each other. He's
it's
basically got his
not
dick in the back of
gay.
his head.
It's not gay if we kick the shit out of each other first. Then it's not gay. We're very super masculine.
Yeah, because this is
Once you get pinned to the ground, you're
you're
out of the game.
I see.
But why did you have to sit there and hold him? Why don't you just take him out of the game?
Yeah, I don't get. You call football gay rugby? I don't
Yeah,
know what this is, man. I don't know what this is. Speaking of which, did you want to talk about any of the other games?
I didn't really watch any other games, because I was
Yeah,
on the road for most of the day. You know what I mean?
Hey,
It's 3-hour drive,
yeah.
and
Did you
then
see
at the game, I
any
saw a
of the
little bit of the
Giants?
Miami Patriots game at the.
Okay,
Yeah,
I did see that. The two
your game
things
was
that,
a heartbreaker, huh? Lost in overtime.
oh my god, yeah, and that was that one sucked. So my man Goff throws a pick six late after they jinx him.
Ooh,
After they say he hadn't thrown a pick in however many things, and that's like
ah,
a curse. They hit a
kiss of
couple
death.
people. I think that somebody else got hit with that thing, and then he throws a pick six. But then we come down, we get a score pretty quick to get back in it, and then we get the ball back. And when we're on our way down to, because we sent it into overtime, but my brother called it. He said, "Man, we should have called an extra timeout to try to go for a touchdown instead of just settling for the field goal." And when we get into overtime, we can't stop DK Metcalf. They drive down the field, they score. And that was that. And there's like a budding rivalry because Seattle knocked us out of the playoffs last year, and they were talking a little extra cash. So I guess there's a little rivalry brewing between the Lions and Seattle. Hopefully, we both made the playoffs and we can meet in the playoffs. And the teams are called Holy Cross and Holy Spirit. Maybe because they're
shit.
Yeah, maybe because they're trying to send somebody to see Jesus.
That's very Italian, though.
Yeah.
It's like the Virgin Marys versus the Mary Virgins.
yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little bit that sucked. But hey, you know what? I mean, our offense is still good. Our offense is pretty good. Our defense, it's okay. And that's how it goes.
You know what I didn't know, because I was watching a little bit of highlights just to prep for this show,
Yeah.
but Russell Wilson still playing. He plays in Denver.
Yeah, he plays with Denver. Yeah, that was another one. There was first off, he throws this crazy Hail Mary. And then the 2-point conversion where it looks like there was pass interference everywhere, and they don't call it. But right before that Hail Mary, there was a catch that probably shouldn't have been a catch. So I kind of thought it was a makeup call, but I don't know what the hell happened there.
There were some bullshit calls at the Dallas Jets game for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a pass interference in the end zone. I'm like, where I saw the replay. I don't see any contact. And then there were 2 roughing the passer penalties that were like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I think I saw one of those. It was like,
it was like he just tackled him. Like he just hit him. It seemed like a clean hit to me.
Yeah, he hit him right as he threw it, if I remember correctly.
And the guy behind me was talking shit, right? And he started, oh, what do you know? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's powder puff football. I remember this. I remember this from high school. The girls used to play it.
Right?
Is that what we're watching here?
That's something I'm not used to. Is somebody okay? I get helmet to helmet. There was a
You can't tackle the legs either.
You can't do shit.
You can't. It's like
you can't hit quarterbacks.
No.
It's like no wonder they all throw for 1 trillion yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't touch them.
Like fuck. Like do you
can't
know
touch them? Can't touch the wideouts.
Like, do you know what happened to like Joe Theismann and all those other old quarterbacks used to get fucking blasted?
Yeah.
Fucking even Joe Montana, he got blasted.
Yeah.
And you can't do that anymore.
That was the game.
That was how the game was taught. There was a hit and it was a helmet to helmet. I think the guy gets thrown out. But I'm like, you know what? Back in the day, they used to teach you 2 hit like that. Like if someone went across the middle, he went across the middle of the end zone, he got drilled. I want to say it's the Washington game. And he got thrown out. It was like, man, back in the day, that's what you were taught to do. You were taught to like, John Lynch and some of those old safeties. You were taught to fuck people up. Brian Dawkins, fuck people up. Like that was the goal.
That was the game.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what it is anymore. Yeah, you're just like, all right.
It's fantasy football. It's fantasy football.
Yeah. Yep.
Hell Dempsey, you just missed Florentine football, which was extra violent. We went through our little violent streak, MMA, Florentine football, phone booth MMA, old school UFC 1.
We're about to watch bum fights.
Yeah, we're like just a half a step away from bum fights. Yeah. What was the other game? I'm trying to think of games that I actually saw parts of. Oh, for the conspiracy theories, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, the fucking Rams and 49ers. The Rams are up. No, the 49ers are up 10. It's the end of the game. The Rams kick a field goal for no reason. There's not enough time for them to come back. It was the last play of the game. Is them kicking a field goal to make it 23-30. And, of course, the spread is 7.5 points, meaning they covered on the last play of a meaningless – the field goal was meaningless in game, but they kick it and they cover the spread on that kick on the last play of the game. That didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You're not going to convince me.
I'll tell you, man. That I don't know where I was talking to Leslie on the ride over, like I was just talking to her earlier, and I was trying to explain how like the idea of how like NFL's maybe rigged, right?
Yeah.
And she's like you couldn't wrap her mind around it. And I was like kind of struggling to explain. I was just like, I'm not really sure, but I do like I've seen these things in history and it seems like kind of suspicious. But dude, the way that DraftKings is integrated with the NFL and
everywhere.
And ESPN is starting their own betting thing.
Bro. Even I think you mentioned DraftKings. I think they sponsor NFL Red Zone. Like DraftKings. Like the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know why they kicked that late field goal. I don't know. It was the last play of the game, I believe. And they're down 10 points. Why do you kick a field goal? What's the point? What can be gained?
I guess there's no way to justify quitting.
I guess.
But then why wouldn't you go for the end zone?
That's what I would think. Okay, if you really want to go balls to the wall, you should be just still trying to score a touchdown, get a 2-point or something. You know what I mean?
Because I've seen them play where you're like, there's literally no way you can possibly score. And they're like, they just have to keep trying.
Yeah.
So I get that. But if you're like, yeah, but there's nothing that can happen off a field goal. So if you're just throwing it to the end zone or whatever, and they score and the clock runs out, all right. At least if there's like 14 seconds left, you can, convince yourself that you can get an onside kick and recover and throw one pass or something.
Yeah. So
but a field goal.
They kicked the field goal. Was the last play of the game. Is them kicking a meaningless field goal. Field goal is less stressful. Oh, you know what? Is it also less stressful? Oh, just go in the victory position, run the clock out yourself.
Right.
There's no point in continuing.
But I guess you just can't concede. You can't literally quit.
I guess.
I mean, you can't.
You can't. But like, if you're down 10 and there's 2 seconds left,
why are you kicking a field goal?
why kick the field goal? But what you're saying is what if you asked somebody who was a diehard NFL fan, this is what they would say. They would say, "Oh, we don't want to quit, so we just play to the end." And then just like Dempsey said, I don't want to throw a Hail Mary into the wide receiver when it's meaningless. Like, why are you playing when it's meaningless? Well, I can't quit. Like, no. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but devil's advocate, like
Yeah.
players get bonuses when they hit certain marks, right? You get certain amount of picks a year. You get a bonus. You get a certain amount of, touchdowns, you get a bonus. Maybe kickers have bonuses too.
Maybe. That's fair. And I've heard they've been funny about those bonuses. If you're close, it's the last game and they can do without you. You're not playing.
I believe it.
So I guess the bonus thing, maybe that's a thing. I don't know. The fact that it happened to be 7.5, it happened to be the spread, they happened to cover. It was like, okay.
That is suspicious as fuck, especially if it's the last play of the game. You're like,
yeah.
You could it just happened to cover the spread. Like,
okay.
That's a one hell of a coincidence. But hey, Vig, I was thinking about maybe wrapping up, my friend, because I've had a fucking long weekend because I was in the car for 6-7 hours back to back. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
I worked today. I fucking worked yesterday. I'm like a little cooked.
Yeah, I feel you. I just got off work and did this, so I'm pretty similar. Anything else you wanted to talk about? I mean, I meant to ask you, did you see the Giants? Because they actually bought out.
No, my dad was texting me while I was at the Jets Dallas game, and he's like, they won. I was like, oh, wow,
yeah, that was
okay.
Kind of the best game of the weekend that I saw was the Giants game, because they were getting blown out like the whole game. You're like, oh man, they're about to get blown out again. And fucking Daniel Jones, their quarterback, just went crazy and just started throwing all over the place.
That's pretty cool, because we covered last week. He's like one of those first round guys who's kind of like a bust.
Yeah, he's kind of lived. I mean, you know what? Looking at them actually play, I don't think it's all his fault. That offensive line is terrible. I don't know how he's supposed. It awful. Is. They tried to lose the game. That offensive line. So they tried. They tried all they could to lose. Yeah. But it was a fun game to watch. So I just did want to add that. Talk a little bit of football. We're anti-football pussies, but we wanted to get that in.
I think at least half the show was football.
Yeah. Banging intro. You know something? I don't know, because I'm not paying for StreamYard. That's why we got the power by StreamYard. And you can't even upload a background if you don't pay.
Word.
Has it always been like that? No way.
I don't remember that. I don't think so. I thought maybe you could do you had like a limited. You could do like 2.
Yeah, no, just 0. Huh. And am I going to stream? I'll stream. Why not? I'll stream for a little bit on the other channel. So if you join me on the other channel, we'll do some streaming. I bought Spider-Man 5 years too late. The new one's coming out in a couple of weeks.
But I will say that tomorrow I have the MFR podcast at 1 Central, and I actually do have a new intro.
Hey!
Yeah.
There you go.
So check me out tomorrow at 1 Central for the MFR podcast on here and Rumble. And my new intro to be debuted. Big deal. Big news.
And actually, let me make sure, because, we do have a few newbies. So I'm going to make sure your channel gets hold on. I'm trying to put your channel in the chat. Hopefully it lets me. StreamYard wants to charge for fucking everything. So there you go. Is it going to let me? There you go. Hopefully.
Thanks, brother.
Actually check on YouTube, make sure it's there, because again, StreamYard is jank.
It is there.
It's there. Cool.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, I'll see you guys in about an hour or so. Do the stream. Maybe that'll be a thing, like the post show. So
one other plug. Sorry to keep dominating with plugs. This Friday, 8 p.m. Central, I will be doing the cocktail lounge.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I hope you can be there. No pressure.
Yeah. I'll be there. I've been doing a show on Friday too. But
I know I saw everyone's doing a show. Ruben's doing a show on Friday.
Yeah, I guess we all went, all went our own separate ways and started our own little thing.
Yeah. But I will be doing a cocktail lounge this Friday. I got some fun stuff.
Okay.
Zach's turned me on to some interesting clips that I'm really excited to share with all of you. I think from
Dildo. See, I always love when he can't hide the fact that he actually likes us. He's like, oh, wait, that's cool.
So, Dildo, I think you will get a kick out of some of the clips I've got to show on Friday. I sure did. When I saw them for the first time, I was like,
Yeah.
is this real? I didn't know this existed. Like I was so excited. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, I've been sitting on this whole time and I had no idea. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got some fun stuff to show. Plus I got my new intro tomorrow. New intro, same show, new intro for tomorrow for the podcast. So yeah, be there. Check it all out.
All right, man. Sounds cool. Sounds dope. So please check my man Matt from Fireball Productions. Check it out. I'll be on the MF Cocktail Lounge on Friday. He has the MF podcast tomorrow, and I'll be streaming on the other channel probably an hour, however long it takes me to give a fuck to do something. Shout out to Dempsey. He came late, but I still appreciate.
Hell.
Cinch a dildo. Zach's mentioned the Love Doctor. I wish I had that drop.
Love Doctor.
Shout out to Ruben. Who else was here? Well, whoever you were. Oh yeah, my man. Can't forget Human Okami. The new. He's welcomed into the crazy world that is our channels.
That's cool. New people.
Woo. Always cool when someone new shows up. So, all right, if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share, subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. Oh yeah, Nas was here. Toxic was here. I didn't know
Tox. Hail Tox.
Hey Tox.
What's up, my dude? Good to see you, sir.
He could be. Oh, Hunter. I don't know if you know the meta.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah.
Start up the algorithm with new accounts.
Yes, we need. Please. I fucking released a video on both channels just to see. One channel had thousands of impressions. The other one had hundreds. So yeah, that Shadow Man shit's real. So all right. In any event, I'll talk to everybody later. Peace.